skill of the day. Today's skill of the day is the double under. Whether you have them now, whether you don't have them at all, whether you think you're never going to get them, no matter what you think, you're right, remember that. So, with the double under, even if you have got them, we're going to work through a couple of progressions that are going to assist us to be better at them. Now, we're going to do a little bit of speed play. We're going to probably do some single skips, which if you do have double unders, sometimes they can even prove to be quite difficult. So let's work through this all together. So pick up your rope now, hold it in your hands. If you're not sure on how to size your rope up, especially if you've just bought a new one, if you stand on the rope, then the ends of the handles should finish about in line with the bottom of your armpits. All right, so that's the length of what your rope should be. That's a guide. Don't cut it yet. Leave an inch or two on each side, just so you don't, because once you cut it, you can't go back. All right, the first thing we're going to start with is the basic single skip. Now remember, with our fundamentals, which single skip is the fundamental piece for our double under, if we have any issues in the single skip, that's going to be magnified when it gets over to the double under. So don't pay off the single skip. All right, so with the single skip, when we hold our skipping rope, we want to have a really loose grip. So if you hold it with your thumb and your pointer finger, and then you just place the other fingers on top, and it should be nice and loose. The harder you squeeze it, the more contracted all your muscles are, the more energy you're going to burn. So with a loose grip, rope in behind us, head and eyes up, we're going to start single skipping. All right, so you'll notice when I single skip, I'm drawing little circles with my wrists. And notice how my hands stay in pretty much the same position and my elbows stay in at my hips. I want everyone to do some single skips now. As you're doing your single skips, listen in. In your peripheral vision, look at where your elbows are. We want the elbows in toward the hip here. We don't want to flare out, because if you look at my rope here, as I flare out, I need to then jump this high to get over the rope. All right, and we want to just jump this high. So keep the elbows into the hip. Keep your loose grip. Focus on your grip now. Once you've finished your 30 single skips, we're then going to move on to the next progression. The next progression is a single power. So how that will work is you'll do 2 single skips like we just did. But every third jump, you're going to jump twice as high. So if we need to jump that high for a single skip, we need to jump that high for a double under. So we're going to practice just the jumping piece. Now when you do the single skip with the power jump, you need to slow the rope down because you're going to be in the air for longer. So let's have a look at it. Single power, single power, single power, single power. All right, so know that none of the biomechanics change in my body. I'm not lifting my knees up to the front or bringing my heels up to the rear in order to jump higher. I'm just pushing through the balls of my feet that little bit harder. Practice 10 single powers now, only counting the power jump. Go. So again, we're focusing on that relaxing of the shoulders, relaxing the grip, keeping the elbows in. We're focusing on pushing through the balls of the feet in order to jump higher, not lifting our knees up, not lifting our heels up. Once you've done 10 single powers, just rest. The next progression is a single double. So we do exactly what we did just then. A single power jump, but now instead of slowing the rope down when we do our power jump, we're going to make the rope go twice as fast. So it looks like this. Single, double, single, double, single, and double. All right, so that is our next progression. This is the one that most of us may get stuck on for a while. So let's have a practice of that. Go. We're going to do 10 double unders. So just count the double unders. Single, double, single, double, single, double. Keep going all the way to 10. If you stuff up, don't worry, take a big breath and go again. Once you've done your 10 doubles of the single, double, our final progression is consecutive double unders. So when we're doing this, at all times, our body needs to stay up nice and tall. At all times, we need to stay nice and relaxed. Again, our biomechanics don't change. We're up in a nice, tall position. So let's have a look at it. So notice how my elbows stay in close to my hips. It's my wrists that are doing most of the work, and I'm just jumping up nice and tall. They are our skill of the day for today, double unders. Love them or hate them, most people want to get better at them. The biggest advice I can give you is have your own skipping rope. This is not my skipping rope. It makes a lot of difference when you are used to doing the exact same rope all of the time. Have fun with your double unders today.